Conversation continues.
Yeah, we were talking about the potential role that Donald Trump and his criticism of the media, and is it fair? And it's interesting because Shane Scanlon, who's a spokesman for this guy who assaulted this reporter, said, quote, "It's unfortunate that this aggressive behavior from a liberal journalist created this scene at our campaign volunteer barbecue." I heard that and I said, why are you bringing politics into this? Who does that sound like? That sounded like Trump, because somehow the fact that this was a liberal journalist, he kept saying he's from The Guardian. That bothered me. This is not about politics. This is about assault.
That is the point. It's because of The Guardian that this Gianforte went berserk on him. Because The Guardian has recently accused him of having business ties to Russian companies that are under sanction. Everybody's involved with Russia.
Yeah.
So The Guardian has been after this guy. So this one was, he panicked and he turned on him immediately. He was threatened by him. That's what happened.
It's also a talking point that he came out with that Trump has echoed many times, which is that when you do something wrong, you blame the liberal media. This guy did nothing wrong, but do his job as a reporter.
Early votes in. Did the votes go in before this happened?
Yes, that's the thing. 50% of voting has already...
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 votes have already been cast because of early voting.
So he's going to win anyway.
So the question is,
nobody want to know this. If this is your idea of conflict resolution,
you can't change your vote now. And that's the question. Will he be elected nonetheless, right? But what's interesting is I was looking up, you know, you would think he's been charged with misdemeanor assault, so you would think, well, somebody that's been convicted of assault can't run, can't be a congressperson.
He has not been convicted, right.
But yes, the Constitution allows that.
Because in the early days, they used to beat each other up all the time. They would just smack the poop out of everybody. But, you know, the interesting thing that might also have put this out there is there was first a very big divide between him, he was the assumed winner.
Yes.
And then the gentleman who he's running against has closed the gap. And it is now a very tight.
Yeah.
People in Montana have to come out.
But folks are, you know.
Trump won by 20% more in that area.
Yeah, but you know what?
It's Trump land.
But it may be Trump land, but, you know, people have been watching what's been going on, and we don't know how people feel. So I would not ever write off or say that this is a done deal, because we never know.
I will say, as a journalist, I feel that the media is under attack, constantly under attack. We are on the front lines, and it is a very uncomfortable place to be, but it's such an important place to be because it's of the First Amendment. We have to report these things.
Why would you run for public office, though, if you don't... sorry to cut you off, Sonny. Why would you run for public office if you can't take a tough question?
Well, because we've seen... Because we've seen that... We've seen that people who can't take tough questions seem to be able to... Things peel off of them, but I think people are getting tired of seeing that because regardless of what you thought of Obama, he could take a tough question.
One more thing about this guy. This guy made millions and millions of dollars before he was 30 years old. Then he got bored. This is because he has to have something to do. That's what this is about.
Well, I have a must-do, to be fair. Gianforte's spokesman said, after asking Jacobs to lower the recorder, that's the reporter, Jacobs declined. Greg then attempted to grab the phone that was pushed in his face. Jacobs grabbed Greg's wrist and spun away from Greg, pushing them both to the ground. It's unfortunate that this aggressive behavior from a liberal journalist created this scene at our campaign volunteer BBQ. I have to say, though, that the Fox News reporters that were there say that did not happen.
No one has corroborated that story.
Has corroborated this story except this guy. And you know what? Just because you call somebody liberal media does not mean you can put your hands on them.
That's right.
Sorry. We'll be right back.